guys, welcome back to my interview channel. I will have a very special guest today, Hollywood actor, model, cat lover, very kind and down-to-earth person, Erik Fellows. First, I would like to show the modeling video, and then I will have a few questions.
Okay. I'm curious what your questions are going to be. Like, why am I sitting in the water like that with a hoodie on?
Yes, this was exactly the question I wanted to ask you.
Imposing the way that I am? Don't ask me. I have no idea.
When I saw you for the first time on Instagram, I thought that you were a professional model because you have a very unique look and you are modeling extremely well. And I'm curious to know, what do you like the most about modeling?
I don't know. I get to sit in a pool and get wet and wear a hoodie and give Zoolander poses. That's what honestly, modeling was always just kind of like an avenue to get more into entertainment and TV. It was kind of like the door to kind of just entryway to. So I mean, for me, it came. I mean, that didn't come easy, but it wasn't. It's not. It's not that difficult to do. So if you're being lazy that day, I would say modeling is probably your best bet.
And actually, I am also a bit modeling, so maybe one day we should cooperate together.
Hey, you're all the way in Poland, right?
Yes.
Somewhere out there.
Yeah,
okay,
sure.
Hey, you let me know. We'll sit in my pool and we'll pose.
Okay. And does acting help with modeling?
Yes, for sure. I mean, having a personality and being able to, feel comfortable with your expressions and your body language and emotions. Absolutely. I think a good actor can definitely make a very good model. Because, I mean, it's all about expression. It's all in your eyes.
Yeah.
When you look at pictures, if there's nothing behind the eyes, then the picture's not really working. So acting 100% works with modeling.
Okay.
This all depends on, what you're going for. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. I don't know what I'm doing, but it's hilarious. I forgot this was there. But thank you for...
Yes, but I saw some other photos and the result was great. So I think you know what you are doing, when you are in front of the camera. So
I like to think so. You never know. I mean, I could have forgot, but no, it's not that. It's not brain surgery. So yeah, I think I'm okay. Thank you. Okay,
let's go to the next one.
Okay.
The next video will be a bit long, but I would like to show it anyway.
Okay. Oh man, this is like Russian roulette here. It's like you're not sure like what you're gonna pick.
Yes, you never know.
No.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
From
the series.
Are you nominated tonight?
I am not nominated, but the show is. So
you're
very happy.
You've come to support.
Oh, absolutely. All my friends.
15 nominations this year.
It's exciting. We're overly grateful, and it's amazing. So.
And how long have you been on the show? How many years?
I've been on since almost the conception of the show. Yeah. So when it was a web series, I watched it adapt to this point, and we're just thrilled about it. And I've played actually 2 different characters on the show now. I'm playing Damien Blackwell. I missed that suit though. So, it's evolved. I'm like, man, that was a cool suit. That was a good choice. I don't know where that's at, but I wish I still had it.
Man, I just need a moment. Yes, because Karen Blackwell is the what? Who's happening? What's happening? Hello, girlfriend on the show. I'm doing well. I just had to come in and crash your interview. No, I'm sorry. And why not? Yes, because I was reeling him here with.
Oh, that's too funny.
Okay. Do you consider yourself successful?
Yeah. I mean, there's so many different levels of success. Yeah, no, I think that I've been very fortunate. I'm very grateful for, my career. I feel like my career is actually still on the up as we speak. So, a lot of hard work and dedication. So, I mean, I'm proud that I'm still in it after all these years, and that I'm still moving up in the career, not moving in a slow downward spiral. Yeah, no, I feel like I've been successful, and, lots of ups and downs at times. The career is not, not the easiest choice to make, when you're deciding what you want to do with your life. But, yeah, no, I would like to think that I'm successful. I mean, look, at the end of the day, I don't think I would still be doing this if I felt like I wasn't, progressing forward and having some sort of successful understanding in this career. Because, a lot of people fall, man. It's a crazy biz. But yeah, I feel good about my choices,
Okay, and do you feel fulfilled and satisfied as an actor, or are you always hungry for more?
Well, I don't think, I mean, if you're passionate about acting, I don't think you're ever really fulfilled, to be honest with you. I hear a lot of actors say they aren't, I'm not going to mention any names. Some bigger actors have mentioned that they didn't feel gratification for any of the roles that they've ever played. And they've won, this particular person had won Oscars. And I was listening to it the other day, I'm thinking to myself, well, they've gotten to play some extraordinary characters, but they haven't felt at all like, gratified of playing any of these characters. So I think when we look at it as actors that, the fact that we actually get to do this and play different sorts of scenarios and characters and movies and TV, the fact that we had the opportunity to do that, to entertain people. I mean, having a passion for it, if you don't have a passion for it, I don't think this is the right career for you. When I first got into this business, it wasn't something that I originally wanted to do. You know what I mean? Like I played sports, I played basketball, and I was going to play in Italy. Okay. So I actually wasn't my first choice. And I got injured in my senior year of high school before I was going to move on to the next step and play overseas. But, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with my life. I kind of fell into this business. You know what I mean? Like modeling kind of came my direction. I got introduced from a friend to an agency, and where I'm from, and ended up going to New York. I actually didn't think that acting was my passion at all until probably a few years into the business, after I was already working. I was kind of just doing it. But once I became passionate, I realized, and that's, I think, when I really fully let myself go, and I became a more talented, more successful mind towards this business. And now I look forward to any opportunities.
Okay. You were once a guest on one of my favorite talk shows, The Real.
Oh, yeah. Those are some great ladies.
Yes.
They were
and
fun.
I would like to show the video.
Okay.
Just trying to find it. It's not easy. Okay. Oh, no, the ambulance. I have to cut it.
What did you do? Is something on fire? You do?
Yes, it's too hot over here. And
is it? You gotta turn your stove off. Come on.
No, I mean, because of,
is
checking
it hot
your
there?
profile.
Oh! Woo.
I was trying to be nice.
Don't make me blush. I see what you're saying. Oh, that went right. That's what happens when you don't sleep much. That completely went over my head. I'm like, where'd it go? Oh,
okay.
Man.
Okay, I found the video, so.
Okay.
Now, Erik, you were the go-to guy for the music videos in the early 2000s. You kissed on everybody. J-Lo, Lindsay Lohan, Catherine McPhee. Yeah. Lucky you.
I had a good time.
Did you have crushes?
Right? Yeah, I did.
Yes, I did actually.
Tell me
I had
about
a little crush on Catherine McPhee.
Oh, yeah, he's stunning.
And I was her first kiss on screen ever.
Really?
Oh boy.
I was pretty excited about that. Yeah.
For the people that don't know out there, Christos, tell us what the big.
Okay, because I wanted to focus on the first part of this video.
Right. Okay.
After I saw this video, I started to Google more about you, and I was really impressed by your previous projects because you took part in so many music videos. And honestly, being picked by J-Lo or Lindsay Lohan, that's a big deal. So could you tell us a bit about your music video experience?
I actually didn't ever audition for any music videos until I got to Los Angeles. And I think it was in 2003 because my first music video I ever booked was for Dido, the singer Dido.
Yeah.
And she was actually at the peak of her career at that point. And it was a music video called Sand in My Shoes. So she was the first singer that I got to work with. She was, and I was a big fan as well. She was a very talented and beautiful woman. So so that was the first singer, entertainer that I got to work with. And then I think the second one, well, I did a bunch of different music videos, but as far as like, if we're going to concentrate on women singers, then okay. So then I worked with Dido, and then I worked with, the next one would have been Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay Lohan, that was a long time ago. That was interesting times in my life. And then the next one was Jennifer Lopez. Yeah. And then actually the same week that I booked Jennifer Lopez, I literally went from one set to doing Catherine McPhee. Mm-hmm. So who else? Oh my God, forgetting who I worked with. I think there was the four main singers I think that people would really, I mean, they'll understand, they'll recognize the bands, but that I've done other videos with. But listen, my experience was at moments really kind of surreal, because when I first did Dido, she was, again, at the pinnacle point of her career, and I was only 23. So, and I've been in Hollywood probably at that point for about a year and a half, 2 years, about 2 years. So working with an artist that big and playing the love interest and being all touchy-feely and kissy, I get hired to do that a lot sometimes. So I don't know. Each artist was very different experience, actually. I enjoyed working with all four of them. That is true about Catherine McPhee. I was her first on-screen kiss ever. And I'm trying to remember, that's in 2007.
Okay.
So that was a long time ago. You probably weren't even born yet.
Oh,
yeah. And Jennifer Lopez, I mean, look, I will say this. Out of between the four of them, I don't get too starstruck often. You know what I mean? So, but I will say working with J-Lo actually was very interesting because, I came up and watched, growing up and being a Selena fan and watching Selena, and then my mom was everybody, you know what I mean? That was pretty surreal. Okay,
and time for the last video.
Let's see. Oh God, what do you have? This is literally like playing like a slot machine, or like literally like a Russian roulette. I feel like it's gonna. Oh God.
Okay, I found it, but I will have to mute it because of the music, and later I'll put some other music instead.
Oh, come on, let me get in the taxi. She won't let me in the taxi. It's raining outside, people. Ugh, she's left me. I'm soaked.
Okay, I think we don't have to put the music after all. You can just speak,
I'll be a narrator. I'll just narrate through it. This is gonna be interesting. So I'm curious to see what your question is. Well, at least she came back for the kiss.
Yeah, we always come back for a kiss.
Yeah, like come on. You took the keys to the apartment. Okay.
Okay, so how different is making a commercial and working on movie set?
That's a good question, actually. How different? I mean, it's not that much different. I mean, it's the different. Only thing that's really different is the content of what you're doing. Sometimes when you shoot a commercial, because this looks very theatrical, it looks like a film scene. So, it's a silent sort of like film scene. So it's like if you were doing a silent movie. It's different. They're small. I mean, depends on what size commercial you're talking about. I mean, Nivea, we actually shot this in Cuba. That was fake rain. That wasn't real rain. We were in Cuba for like 10 days. We shot this commercial like on like the third day. This street today, because I went back to Cuba 2 years ago. This was in 2008.
Okay.
This was 2008. So I went back to Cuba in 2020 or 2019. All that's changed. Like the streets, like, you know, the same. They obviously didn't take down the buildings, but the streets have been repaved. The buildings are completely different. And I have pictures of me standing right where I am there, right there, and have the pictures side by side. It's kind of crazy. So it was pretty surreal. But as far as shooting a commercial, it just depends on what you're shooting. Film sets are a lot more stressful. There's, you know, it depends on what your role is and what character you're playing. But, you know, I mean, it's easy to not make your days, you know, and run out of time on shooting a film. You just, you know, you're shooting like 6 pages of dialogue a day, which on like a bigger set, which I feel like is nothing, because coming from the soap world, we used to shoot like 90 pages, even sometimes 180 pages. So doing 6 pages of a film is like, come on, guys. But there's a lot more setups. You know what I mean? It's a lot different, and it's also similar too.
Okay, and I know that when actors don't like to watch their own movies, do you enjoy seeing yourself on a big screen?
Love it.
That's nice.
I'm gonna tell you why. Not because I love to look at myself. I can go in the mirror and do that. I try not to look at myself as I'm getting older. I'm like, oh no, gray hair. No, I like to see what my work I put into it, and then also what I can make better. I have a lot of friends actually that I work with consistently on projects, and they don't want to see the project. I'm like, why did we just spend so many months making this project? Yeah. You're a large piece of this project. You don't want to watch it?
Yeah.
And I have to like convince them that they're great. And it's this thing to myself, then why are you even doing this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's so many actors that won't watch themselves. I'm like,
yeah.
They're like, you watch yourself? I'm like, yeah, I'll watch myself. What do you mean? Like, what I'm not going to do this for no reason. It's cool to do it, but I still want to see if I like was successful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Everybody's
different.
Everybody's different. Exactly. Okay, so I think we can start talking about tips. What is the most challenging in being an actor?
What's the most challenging to being an actor?
Yes.
Okay. All of it. I think the hardest thing about being an actor is consistently staying in it, consistently getting work, staying positive, and then when you reach a certain level of success, maintaining that success. Mm-hmm. It's already hard enough getting to this point, but maintaining that point is like a miracle. And it's not a miracle because, oh, you need, hit the lottery to do it. Yeah, it does seem that way, but there is stepping stones to it. And there's perseverance that it takes for a human being to be able to do this business.
What skills do actors need?
Well, listen, I mean, I think all actors should definitely, especially if they're just starting out, everyone should take acting. If they're going to college, whatever it may be, if they're going to get a degree in film, they need to study. You know what I mean? You need to know the basics of what's going on, because just because someone's naturally talented, okay? Mm-hmm. Let's just say a person has never taken an acting class before. Getting on a set is completely different. Do you know what I mean? You have to understand the lights. You have to understand blocking. You have to understand coverage and depth of field of the camera. You have to understand all of it. Mm-hmm. It's not just like, oh, spit out a few lines, say a monologue, and feel like, oh my God, they're talented. There's everything you need to know on top of that. So I think that's a little misconception that actors think that they can like, oh, I can go do that. They'll watch a show like, oh, that person sucks, whatever, I can do that. Oh yeah, you think you can do that? Go try it. Not so simple. People don't realize the scenarios that take place filming. So you need to, 1, study. 2, learn and read and research and understand, know your history about film and TV. Watch the greats, what we consider the greats. Watch what they do. You need to have confidence. You need to be on your toes. You have to be motivated. You know what I mean? You have to drink a lot of coffee. You have to never sleep. So,
sorry.
You're fine.
Okay, so do you have any other advice?
What people really need to understand, though, is that acting, again, isn't just something you can just go do. You know what I mean? Yeah, you can go do it, and then eventually maybe even fall in love with it. Again, I didn't love it at first. I didn't know why I was even doing it until it clicked. But I also had there was enough passion there. I had enough, and again, it's who you know, it's relationships. You know what I mean? It's personality. You have to be able to sell yourself. You're like almost like a real estate person. Like you're literally selling yourself. They play more of a gimmick, but like if you sell yourself and be as real as possible and stay true to you, and you have talent, I mean, look, it could be endless. But the thing is, people have to understand it's not going to just happen overnight. And even if it did happen overnight, that stops, and then you got to reinvent. Mm-hmm. It's never just going to constantly always be. There's always these downfalls. There's always moments. The biggest stars of all time have suffered. So my advice is, if you're not 150% sure you want to do this, then go do something else. Like 100%, like if you want to do this in your pastime and go to like a little theater group by your house, fine. But if you want to like actually move your whole life and be an actor who wants to be on TV and film and, you know, and have success at it, then you have to really want it.
Or would you like to share your plans for this year with us?
I have, actually, I just got back from Armenia because I had to finish the second season of my series that's out now called Purgatory. Mm-hmm. The first season is out now. It's on Popstar TV. Season 2 will be out, from what I understand, in July. Check it out. Mm-hmm. I have a movie out that just came out a few months back called Break Even. It's still fairly new, so I can pitch that. Break Even. It's like kind of like an Into the Blue, Fast and Furious, Fool's Gold type of feel. Oh my God, let me think. I have a movie coming out in August, a crazy movie about Hollywood, actually, which for all you actors, if you want to see how I got there, it's called Starfucker. It's a dark comedy about Hollywood and the dark underbelly of what's really never been shown too much. They like to hold back of showing you what true LA is or Hollywood is or the business. But we shot it in a dark comedy version style. But it's dark. It's dark and it's in your face and it's offensive, but it's also heartfelt and loving, sexy. It's a crazy movie. It's been a movie in the works for a while, but it's looking like it's going to be coming out about August. And then I have a movie called Divorce Bait. That's a really funny rom-com. So, Mom, what do you want?
I wanted you to come here so I could tell you how much I regret what happened to you.
Regret? Is that it? Do you even know what you did?
Okay, tell me.
Jesus. Mom, you robbed me of any chance to make peace with Dad.
No, it was your father's dying wish not to let you in the hospital. I begged him. What else was I supposed to do?
Please stop blaming Dad. Why didn't you fight for me?
Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it that you found the time for me. And guys, if you like the video, the interview with Erik, you can subscribe to the channel, and more information about Erik and his acting career you can find on his Instagram. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Bye.